Hello again, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day today. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at how to adjust the idle screw for a Weedeater, one of these small little carburetors right here. They don't have a spot for like a Phillips or a flathead screwdriver to go in. Well, some of them do, but most of them don't. What they have is a little peg in there with multiple ridges all around it, as you can see, and so you have to go buy a special tool to adjust it. And one of the problems is if like you got your Weedeater running and it just won't stay running for over a few seconds, except maybe unless like you have your choke open, and or even if you try to throttle it up and it wants to bog down on you, especially at full throttle, and it just goes down to like a third throttle, and it just chokes off. That means more than likely your high-speed screw needs to be turned out a little bit. Now the left one, if looking down the barrel of the Weedeater, is your high-speed screw. Your right one is your low-speed screw, which is mainly just for base idle, stuff like that. I don't mess with it much. Usually you don't have to. Most of the time it's the left-hand screw that needs the adjusting. So anyway, back to the point. Point is you have to have a special tool for them. Usually they come in packs of 3 because the screws are different sizes, different diameters. The ridge pattern may be a little bit different. But if you don't have that, or if you can't find one, and a lot of places are sold out of them right now because it's that time of year, what you can do, now this, by the way, disclaimer, this is not an original idea. I actually saw a gentleman do this on YouTube. So I'm not taking credit for this idea. However, it's a pretty ingenious idea and definitely handy in a pinch. And I just want to, if I can find that video of the guy that I saw doing this, I will credit it in the description. So I don't want anyone to think that this is an original idea, but it's definitely handy. And if we can reach more people with this little bit of information, that's great, because like I said, it's that time of year and everybody needs to know how to adjust the carburetor on their Weedeater. So anyway, what you do is you take the tube of a ballpoint pen. A Bic pen works the best, the kind with the lid that you pull off, just a ballpoint Bic pen. And you will take the barrel out and everything, the ink barrel, and take the head off, and you'll just have a hollow tube like this. And believe it or not, unless you have a really old gummed up carb, you can actually adjust them with just the shaft of an ink pen. And if you do have a gummed up carb, just spray it down real good with some brake clean, or even a little bit of starting fluid or something like that to unclog it, and it'll adjust. Another thing is, as you can see, I'm sorry, maybe you can't see, there's really no indentation on these screws to show you how many turns you've made it. So what I've done is I've made a little mark with a Sharpie. You can scratch it with a blade. I imagine most of you folks carry a pocket knife. You put your little scratch on there, or you can put your little mark on the actual pen here, or your actual tool, and that'll show you how many turns that you're making. And what you want to do is you want to go in quarter turn increments. Now if it's really bad, maybe go ahead and start out with a full turn. But anyway, as you can see, and what you do is you take this end and you push it in there. I'm operating the camera here, so bear with me, because it takes a little force to get in there. And then you can actually turn it out a little bit. That's about a quarter turn, and you can see there that the line went vertical, whereas it was horizontal. So that's about a quarter turn. Now mine's adjusted pretty well, so I'm actually going to turn it back about another quarter turn, back to where it was. About right there, I believe. Yeah, about right there. So yeah. So if you've got one on order, or if you don't feel like running to the store and picking one of those tools up, and you really need to weed eat your yard, grab you a big ballpoint pen, hollow it out, cram that jewel in there, and get to adjusting. I hope this helps somebody. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk soon.